I wish you had a great weekend and have completed all the 15 tasks over the last 3 weeks. This week, we will start 2 new subsections. In this video, I will start with a subsection on statistics. This will be a subsection in the introduction. Our focus here will be on 4 things. First, understanding the importance of statistics in an SLR paper. Second, learning how statistics can help you to justify your research problem to build a strong foundation for your SLR. Third, studying how to easily find relevant statistics. And fourth, writing a convincing statement using the identified statistics. If you do not remember the layout of the introduction section, then review videos 3 and 4. So, if you are new here, then check out the Task of the Day series where I teach you how to write your systematic literature review paper in a step-by-step manner. It's completely free and will make you a very successful and a confident researcher. And please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon if you like this video. Thank you. Over the next 2 days, I'll give you focused tasks to finish this subsection. This will involve 2 types of tasks. First is the research task and the second is a writing task. I want you to spend sufficient time researching to find the appropriate statistics to support your research problem. Our aim here is to find evidence from academic literature or grey literature and show that the research problem that we are investigating is of significant importance. We are actually building a story to make your SLR paper strong. Make sure that you watch this video till the end, as I have a very interesting fact about me that I want to share with you. This task should take you no more than 30 minutes. If you are taking any longer, then please assess why you are taking this long. So what exactly do I need you to do in this task? I want you to go back to those 5 SLR papers that we have used in the earlier tasks and find if those papers have referred to any statistics. For task 16, do 3 things. First, read the first and the second SLR paper and find if those papers have mentioned any statistics. If they have mentioned any statistics, then put them in a Word document so that you can assess if you would be using them when you are writing your paper. For example, see this one from one of my papers. This write-up shows the importance of how 95% of organizations have unstructured data, which is difficult to analyze. This is showing a research problem that is quantified using statistics. So by reading this statement, the reader or the reviewer understands that this research problem is important and directly gives a hint that this SLR paper is relevant and required. Now let's go to the second part of this task. Second part is, I want you to do a Google search and find any relevant statistics related to your research. For example, you can see here, I have searched big data from Google and found many relevant statistics. There is one website where you can find a lot of statistics, and that's called statista.com. You will find a lot of relevant statistics from that website. Similarly, you can find a lot of other statistics from many other websites and even from consulting firms like KPMG, Deloitte, PwC, McKinsey, Gartner, Ernst & Young, and others. Your job is to find the most relevant statistics that will support your research question. For example, if your SLR is on telehealth, you can find statistics that show how telehealth became important during COVID and what will be the potential market for telehealth product in the future. Similarly, if your SLR is on the potential of blockchain technology for supply chain management, then you can find statistics that show how much money is wasted due to inefficient supply chain practices. The next part, or the third part, is I want you to write a short summary of the selected statistics similar to the example that I showed you earlier on from my paper. Keep it to say 20 to 30 words long for each statistics that you want to cover in this section. Okay, that's all for this task. So to recap, find statistics from 2 existing SLR papers, search statistics from Google and some other website and write a short summary of 20 to 30 words. And now the fun fact. Did you know when I moved to Australia in July 2001, I could not come back to India during my holidays because of the 9/11 attacks, as many flights were cancelled and I had to spend my time in Australia. Okay, that's all in this video. I hope the task is clear. If you like this video and this series, please do two things for me. First, hit that like button right now, and then share this video series with other PhD students who may be struggling to write a proper research paper. Remember that it won't be long before your paper is finished and gets accepted in a Q1 ranked journal. Okay, let's get started and finish the task in the next 30 minutes. That's it. It's going to be very easy. Alright, start now and time yourself and tell me exactly how long it took you to finish this task. Thank you and all the best. The 30-minute timer is... In this video, I'll give you the answer to task 16 and share with you one fun fact about me. So watch the video till the end and hit the subscribe button right now. In task 16, I asked you to complete 3 things. These were: find the statistics from 2 existing SLR papers, search statistics from Google and other websites, and write a short summary of 30 to 40 words. So let's review the answer for these tasks now. I have selected one of my own SLR papers to show you some statistics that I have used. Pause the video now and read this carefully. Can you see how I have gathered statistics and articulated them to highlight the problem we are dealing with and how it shows the importance of doing this SLR paper? Let's see the next example. Again, pause the video and read this carefully. Can you spot the difference between the two? I have written those 2 sentences differently. So tell me what is the main difference that you have observed. You can even use my writing as a template and see what different sentences I have used, and you can write something along those lines too. I will now show you some of the statistics that I found when I searched Google. So when I searched Google, this is what I found. There are several interesting statistics that I can use from what I have just found. Similarly, you can do something same. This concludes the answer for task 16. I hope you have written something similar and progressing with your SLR paper. If you are enjoying this series so far, may I kindly request you to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell icon. And now the fun fact about me. Did you know I have done a bachelor's in chemistry and biochemistry? It was not in computer science, but I still ended up studying computer science now. If you're still... In this video, I'll explain task 17, where I want you to do 3 things, and I will share with you one fun fact about myself. So watch this video till the end and hit that subscribe button right now. So first, read the 3rd, 4th and 5th SLR paper from your collection and find any relevant statistics that you can find. If they have mentioned statistics, then collect them and put that or copy that into your Word document and assess if you would be using them. Okay, so that was the first bit that I want you to do. Now, let's move on to the second part of this task. In the second part, I want you to do a Google search and find 2 statistics from any of the following consulting firms like KPMG, Deloitte, PwC, McKinsey, Gartner, EY, and others. So, because these are authoritative sources. Your job is to find the most relevant statistics that will help you support your research question. And these are good sources. If you are unable to find anything from these consulting firms, then you may choose other sources like trade journals or other authoritative sources. The third task that I want you to do is to write a short summary for 2 selected statistics, similar to the example I have showed you in the task 16 video. Keep it to say 50 to 60 words long, nothing longer than that. Okay, that's all for this task. Very simple and straightforward. If you like this video, then please do two things for me. First, hit that like button right now, and then share this video with other PhD students who may be struggling to write a good quality research paper. Remember that it won't be long before your paper is finished and gets accepted in a Q1 ranked journal. So keep that thing in mind. Alright, now the fun fact. Did you know that I scored less than 60% in my class 12 and I was heartbroken and in tears because I could not study what I wanted to study. But I did not give up, and my mom and dad supported me and helped me recover from this situation. Even with such a shaky start to my career, I completed my PhD from one of the best universities in the world. So, what I want you to say is, don't worry if you do not get what you want. There may be something much better in store for you. Okay, let's get started and finish this task in the next 30 or so minutes. The timer will start next. In this video, I'll give you the answer to task 17 and share with you another fun fact about myself. So watch this video till the end and hit that subscribe button right now. In task 17, I asked you to complete 3 things. So let's review the answer for those tasks now. I'll give you 2 examples from my own SLR paper to answer this task. Let's see the first example here on the screen. You can pause the video and read this carefully. Can you see how I have gathered the statistics and articulated them to highlight the problem we are dealing with and how it shows the importance of doing this SLR paper? I used stats from Deloitte in this example. You can do the same or find stats from somewhere else, either Deloitte, KPMG, EY, or anywhere else. Just do this at least so that you can find some relevant statistics that will be helpful for you. If you cannot find from these sources, then look for newspapers, magazines, or trade journals. Okay, let's move to the next example now. Again, pause the video and read this carefully and digest this. You can get more ideas by looking at this example and then make your own template. What I suggest is you can start making a library of sentence types that you can also use in the future. As an academic, you will write many research papers in the future, so this library will become very handy for you. I hope you have written something similar. So today, by completing this, you have finished one more subsection of your SLR paper. So be happy and celebrate this achievement. To celebrate this, I know what you're going to do. You're going to hit that bell icon right now so that you'll be notified of all my future videos. So do that right now. Okay, now coming back to the fun fact about myself. Did you know I had actually enrolled for a Bachelor's of Computer Applications degree through Indira Gandhi National Open University, or IGNOU, when I was in India. But I did not complete it because I finished my other bachelor's degree first and I got admission into Masters of Information Technology at University of Newcastle in Australia. So I did not finish that, but I moved to Australia and then completed my degree in IT. That was the fun fact about myself.
If you're struggling to finish your systematic literature review, then you should join my course. Hi, I'm Associate Professor Vidy from Australia. I have published over 150 research papers in top journals and conferences. My course is the most comprehensive course that teaches you how to complete your systematic review paper in a step-by-step manner. This course has 6 modules, 60 plus lessons, and over 1,000 minutes of content. Each module focuses on one specific section of the review paper, like the introduction, methodology, findings, discussion, limitations, future work, and conclusion. Each lesson within a module has a research activity and an associated writing task to help you progress with your writing. The course also offers hundreds of sentence templates for different sections to help you write effectively and write fast. It gives you a roadmap to follow with your paper. You will also receive a Word document template with section headings, recommended tables, and suggested figures, which you can customize for your own research. So don't stress, don't be worried, don't risk your research career or waste any more time. Do one simple thing. Join my course, follow my advice, and get ready to publish in high impact factor journals, like many of my other course participants have done already. Also, don't forget to check out the positive reviews on my course on the Trustpilot website. I'm 100% confident that this course will transform you as a researcher and lead you on a path of academic success. Remember, you need to believe to succeed. And all those who have joined my course before believed in me, and now they have published in high impact factor journals. You can too. Learn from my experience and fast track your research progress.
Today, we are starting a new subsection where we will describe your SLR paper's contribution. This will be a subsection in the introduction section. Here, our focus will be on two things. First, understand the importance of stating the contribution of your SLR paper. And second, learning how to properly write the contribution section in your SLR paper. If you recall in video of the task 3 and task 4, I outlined the layout for the introduction section. I mentioned that one of the subsections is that on contribution. If you're new here, then I suggest you check out these videos first, which is part of the Task of the Day series, where I teach you how to write your systematic literature review paper in a step-by-step manner. This series is completely free and designed to make you a successful and a confident researcher. Check the playlist on the top and don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon right now. Over the next 3 days, I will give you focused tasks to finish this subsection. This will involve two types of tasks: research tasks and writing tasks. In the research task, I want you to study the 5 SLR papers from our collection and find out how they have written their contribution section. You can copy that and put that in a Word document so that you can use them later as a template. Our aim here is to clearly outline the main contribution of your SLR paper so that it's clear to the editor and the reviewer on why your paper should be sent for review and then accepted for publication. Always remember that we are building a story to make your SLR paper strong. This task should take you around 30 minutes to finish. Watch this video till the end as I will share you one more fun fact about my life. So, what exactly do I need you to do in this task? Okay, I want you to go back to the 5 SLR papers you have used earlier in our earlier tasks and study how they have written their contribution section. So for task 18, do two things. Firstly, start reading the first and the second SLR paper from your collection and find their contribution section. Copy that, put that in a Word document and read it carefully. And you can learn a lot from it. Remember also that in some papers, this may not be a dedicated subsection and may only be written as part of the introduction section. Let me now show you one example from one of my SLR papers so you understand how to write the contribution section. You can pause the video right now and read it carefully. There are 3 sentences in this example. I'm not going to read it all out, but I want you to read them thoroughly. So pause the video and read it now. By reading this sentence, the reader or the reviewer understands what is the key contribution of my SLR paper, and by doing this, we provide a strong groundwork for the paper to be considered favorably when it goes to review. Now let's go to the second part of this task. In the second task, I want you to write 1 or 2 sentences which outline one contribution of your SLR paper. You can either follow the way that I have written my contribution section, or you can choose from what you have identified from your collection of SLR papers, but keep it to say 20 to 30 words long. That's all in this video. I hope the task is clear. If you like this video, then please do 2 things for me. Hit that like button right now and then share this video series with other PhDs who may benefit by completing this task, completing this series, and get a good research paper at the end. Remember that it won't be long before your paper, your systematic literature review paper is completed, submitted, and accepted in a Q1 ranked journal. Alright, now the fun fact about my life. Do you know that I can speak 5 languages fluently? That's it, I can do that. Try and figure out what those languages are. Okay, let's get started and finish this task in the next 30 minutes. The timer will start next. In task 18, I asked you to complete 2 things. First was to read the first and the second SLR papers and study their contribution section. And write 1 or 2 sentences which outline one contribution of your SLR paper. So let's review the answers for these tasks now. I'll show you the contribution section from one of my recent SLR papers. Pause the video and read this word by word and see how I have written it. There are 3 sentences here. The first one is, to explore this timely area of technological development and research, we present an article, a systematic review of the current state of research into immersive technology used in tourism. So this line tells the reader about why we are doing this systematic literature review paper. The next line is, therefore, this review aims to build knowledge on what has been investigated about immersive technology in tourism from existing literature. This line tells the reader about what the paper offers. So again, a contribution. The next line is, additionally, this review includes suggestions for future research. This line tells the reader that one of the contribution is suggestions for future research directions. I hope you have written something similar for this part. This concludes the answer for task 18. Now that you have completed, I hope you have completed task 18 and learned the basics of writing the contribution section for your systematic literature review paper. So, what is going to be today's task? It's going to be similar to task 18. So today we will select our third and fourth SLR paper and study their contribution section and identify if they have done anything differently that we can learn and apply it in our SLR. For task 19, I want you to do 2 things. I want you to first read the third and the fourth SLR paper from our collection and study their contribution section. Then copy that and put that in a Word document and read it carefully and learn from how they have done it. Like I said it earlier in the earlier videos, some papers may not have a dedicated subsection on contribution and may be only written as a paragraph in the introduction section. So you may have to find that out and then identify what section that is or what paragraph or what sentences those are. So this is the first part of your task. Second part is, I want you to write 2 sentences which outline one contribution that your SLR paper is making. And try to keep it to say 30 to 40 words like I mentioned in the earlier videos. And that would be your task. Okay, so that's all in this video. I hope the task is clear. If you like this video, then please do 2 things for me. First, hit that like button and then share this series with other PhDs who may benefit by following this thing so that they can write a better quality SLR paper. Remember that it won't be long before your SLR paper is completed and you are getting ready for submitting it to a Q1 ranked journal, and soon enough it will be accepted as well. Okay, let's get started and finish this task in the next 30 minutes. The timer will start. Hi there. In task 19, I asked you to complete 2 things. That is, read the third and fourth SLR paper from our collection, study their contribution section, and then write 1 or 2 sentences which outline the contribution of your SLR paper. So let's review the answer for these tasks now. I'll show you the contribution section from one of my recent SLR papers. You can pause this video and read this word by word and see how I have written it. Okay, so in this paper, when I wrote the contribution section, there are 8 sentences that I have. So let me go through them one after the other. So the first sentence was, we identified 220 primary studies on the blockchain, IoT and smart grids published from 2010 to 2020. This is a valuable contribution as researchers can use this work as a foundation for their own studies. The second contribution is, we reviewed existing literature on blockchain-enabled IoT-based smart grid monitoring. The third contribution is we presented the advantages and potential benefits that can be derived from the successful integration of blockchain, IoT, and smart grid. Fourth was we proposed the systematic taxonomy for blockchain IoT-centric smart grid monitoring and management. This clarifies the purpose and the structure of our study. Fifth contribution is we explained various aspects of IoT-based smart grid monitoring so as to give a better understanding of the current status of the technology and its challenges. We then examined the characteristics of various blockchain IoT derived smart grid management systems to analyze different sectors of energy management that utilize advanced blockchain IoT based technology. Seventh contribution was we discussed the opportunities and benefits of using blockchain and IoT for smart grid monitoring. And finally, we outlined open research challenges and future research directions in the research area mentioned above. So that was the contribution section how I wrote. I hope you have written something similar. If you have got some ideas after reading this write-up, you can use that as a template to write your contribution section clearly and precise. This concludes the answer to task 19. Now that you have completed, I hope you have completed task 19 and got even better at writing the contribution section for your SLR paper. Today, we are going to finish another subsection of your introduction. Before we begin, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. So what is going to be today's task? Today we are going to do the same thing like we did in task 19. It is a bit shorter today because today we are only going to work on the 5th SLR paper from our collection and study their contribution section and identify if they have done anything differently that we can learn and apply it in our SLR paper. For task 20, do two things. First, read the 5th SLR paper and study their contribution. Like I mentioned in the previous video, you can copy that and put that in your Word document where you're kind of building up a template and read them carefully and learn from it. Like I said in the earlier video, some papers may not have a dedicated section or a subsection on contribution. So you may have to read through the introduction section properly to see where exactly they have mentioned their contribution. This is the first part of your task. Okay, so the second part is I want you to write 1 or 2 sentences which outline your SLR paper's contribution. Keep it to 30 to 40 words long. That's all in this video. I hope this task is clear. If you like this video series, then please do two things for me. First, hit that like button and then share this series with other PhDs who may be struggling with writing a good research paper. And remember, it won't be long before your introduction section gets finished. So we have spent a fair bit of time working on the introduction and you can see how much effort is needed to write a good quality paper. Okay, let's get started and finish the next task in the next 20 minutes. That's it. It's fairly straightforward and I guess you have experience by now. Start now, time yourself and tell me exactly how long it took you to finish this task. Thank you and all. In this video, I'll give you the answer to task that I gave you in task 20. Do watch the video till the end as I have an important update about the task of the day series. Okay, let's start. In task 20, I asked you to complete two things. That is, read the 5th SLR paper and study their contribution section and write 1 or 2 sentences which outlines the contribution of your SLR paper. So let's review the answer for these tasks now. I'll show you the contribution section from one of my other recent SLR papers. You can pause the video and read the section word by word and see how I have written this section. This is what I have in my paper. Here, the contribution section is not as detailed as the one that I covered in task 19, but the paper has received over 150 citations in the last few years. So this is what I had written. The objective of this paper is to thoroughly examine the selected research papers and group them based on their research contribution into one of the categories shown in the figure, shown in the prosumer smart grid taxonomy in figure 2. We developed this taxonomy based on the evaluation of the literature reported in this article. Table 1 shows the corresponding list of papers reviewed under each category. I hope you have written something similar in your contribution section. So this concludes the answer for task 20. and also finishes the subsection on contribution. Now that you have completed this task, I have two video suggestions for you. If you want to check the next task, then click the video on the left. Otherwise, click on the right video for YouTube's recommendation. And don't forget to hit the like button and share this video. But before you go to the next video, I have an update for you. This is the 20th video that I have posted over the last 4 weeks. I have been consistent in posting 2 videos a day, and I hope you are following these videos and progressing well. If you have any feedback on this series, or if you would like me to change something, do let me know so I can improve in the upcoming videos.
In this video, I'm going to tell you about my systematic literature review course. By following this course, you can complete your systematic literature review paper in a step-by-step manner. I have designed this course in a very modular format. There are 6 modules in total, and these 6 modules refer to the core sections that any systematic literature review paper should have. So let's have a look at the table of contents. The course begins with an overview of the systematic literature review program. The course then offers a welcome, an introduction, and more details on how you should benefit by completing this course. Then we start the first module, which is on introduction. As you can see, there are 3 videos on 3 different topics, and then there is a Google document template that I have designed so that you can use it for writing your systematic literature review paper. This is a very useful document because it gives you a lot of ideas and the structure for your paper. Each module has some videos, some writing tasks, some research activities, and so on. So first I will go through all the modules in the table of content. So in the module 1 on introduction, there are several sub-modules. So the first sub-module is this. The second sub-module is on prior literature review. This is important because you need to understand and showcase in your SLR paper what existing work has been done or who has written SLR papers on a topic that you are planning to write. So it is a literature review for a literature review paper. So here I have given many examples, many real-world examples from different journals that have a prior literature review section. All of these are video. The next part is, or the next module, sub-module, is on research questions. Every SLR paper has to have at least one research question or can have more than one research question. But at least one question is compulsory. So in this sub-module, I go through many different question types so that you can get an idea of what form of questions you can aim for. The next sub-module in module 1 talks about the background and how to write the background section in your introduction. There are many different examples that I have covered here. Next, I talk about the importance of using statistics to quantify and justify your research problem. So here I have shown how you can use statistics to prove that the problem that you're addressing for your research is very important. So there are some examples here. There are 6 videos and each video has multiple examples for statistics. Next.
Also looking for new campus ambassadors. If you would like to represent me, please join my WhatsApp group for campus ambassadors. Link is in the description below. That is all I have to say in this video. I'm Vidy. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in my next video.
In this video, I'm going to tell you about my systematic literature review course. By following this course, you can complete your systematic literature review paper in a step-by-step manner. I have designed this course in a very modular format. There are 6 modules in total, and these 6 modules refer to the core sections that any systematic literature review paper should have. So let's have a look at the table of contents. The course begins with an overview of the systematic literature review program. The course then offers a welcome, an introduction, and more details on how you should benefit by completing this course. Then we start the first module, which is on introduction. As you can see, there are 3 videos on 3 different topics, and then there is a Google document template that I have designed so that you can use it for writing your systematic literature review paper. This is a very useful document because it gives you a lot of ideas and the structure for your paper. Each module has some videos, some writing tasks, some research activities, and so on. So first I will go through all the modules in the table of content. So in the module 1 on introduction, there are several sub-modules. So the first sub-module is this. The second sub-module is on prior literature review. This is important because you need to understand and showcase in your SLR paper what existing work has been done or who has written SLR papers on a topic that you are planning to write. So it is a literature review for a literature review paper. So here I have given many examples, many real world examples from different journals that have a prior literature review section. All of these are video. The next part is, or the next module, sub-module is on research questions. Every SLR paper has to have at least one research question or can have more than one research question. But at least one question is compulsory. So in this sub-module, I go through many different question types so that you can get an idea of what form of questions you can aim for. The next sub-module in module 1 talks about the background and how to write the background section in your introduction. There are many different examples that I have covered here. Next, I talk about the importance of using statistics to quantify and justify your research problem. So here I have shown how you can use statistics to prove that the problem that you're addressing for your research is very important. So there are some examples here. There are 6 videos and each video has multiple examples for statistics. Next, we move on to module 2, which is on how to write the methodology section of your SLR paper. And this is a very important section in SLR because the main difference that differentiates an SLR from a literature review paper is the methodology, because it is a very systematic way of identifying what research papers you are going to select for your literature review, and that whole process is outlined in the methodology. So you can see there are so many videos here on different aspects of methodology. There are examples, there are flowcharts, there are starting sentences that will help you to get started with your writing. I explain the SLR phases and give you some examples. I show you how to write the goal of your SLR paper and so on. The methodology section continues in the second submodule, where we look at how to use keywords and search strings, how to design a search strategy, how to mention or write your selection process, inclusion criteria, exclusion criteria, and so on. This methodology module continues further in third submodule, where we look at importance of quality assessment process, how to write the quality assessment, the subjective approach, the objective approach, what it means by review protocol validation, what is data extraction, some examples of data extraction. Then move on to sub-module 4 within methodology, where we discuss research synthesis, descriptive statistics, thematic analysis. I cover in depth on different thematic analysis approaches, the different steps that you have to follow, how you develop thematic maps, the importance of intercoder reliability and how you should write one. All these are different videos that you can see here, and they are easily you can easily understand and learn from them. If you follow these videos day by day, or complete 2 or 3 videos every day and complete the tasks that I have given for each of them, your SLR paper would progress very fast. Next, we move on to a section on tables, and an SLR paper has to have a large number of tables, because that is how information is synthesized. In this case, you can see I have given examples of different research tables, such as tables on research question, keywords, on quality assessment, study characteristics, and so on. Similarly, we look at number of different figures that you can show in your SLR paper. All these things will give you ideas of what you need to include in your SLR paper.
Also looking for new campus ambassadors. If you would like to represent me, please join my WhatsApp group for campus ambassadors. Link is in the description below. That's all I have to say in this video. I'm Vidy Poddar. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in my next video.
3 is on results and data extraction. Here you can see what you need to do to explain what information you are going to extract, what data you're going to extract from different papers that you have selected for this study. I take you through 4 different steps here to explain that process. Next, we move on to sub-module within the module 3, where I discuss a lot of examples on how to write the results section. And this is a very important section because it kind of gives you a step-by-step guidance on how different sections of the results can be written. You see examples from top quality research public journals and how you can apply those ideas in your paper. In the next sub-module, we talk about the results. Within results, how we use tables that we discussed earlier on and the text, and how we link these two things together is covered in this module, and I give you many examples here with lots of videos. We then move on to thematic descriptions, how to write thematic descriptions if you are following a thematic analysis approach for your SLR, and we explain that using an example for a paper if you were to write a paper on adoption factors. This is one of the very common topics that people write SLR papers on, which is on identifying adoption factors for different things. So I have covered that here as well. Next, we cover the conceptual framework and recommendations and how to write that in your SLR paper, and if you are making recommendations, how those should be written and how you should convey the main findings to your audience.
Also looking for new campus ambassadors. If you would like to represent me, please join my WhatsApp group for campus ambassadors. Link is in the description below. That's all I have to say in this video. I'm Vidy. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in my next.
Moving on to module 4, this is the discussion section, and this discussion section is important in a sense that you have already reported your results, and the next phase now is to explain or give a discussion on some key aspects or some of your key findings that you have identified through this investigation. I give you 8 different examples of how to write discussion, and that will help you and guide you in completing the discussion section very easily. Moving on to module 4.
Also looking for new campus ambassadors. If you would like to represent me, please join my WhatsApp group for campus ambassadors. Link is in the description below. That's all I have to say in this video. I'm Vidy. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in my next video.
5 is on limitations. Limitations are very important to be mentioned in an SLR paper, and here I give you many different examples of how to write limitation section effectively. I also talk about validity threats, and there are 3 videos on this topic that cover what it means by validity threats and how you should write them. We then talk about research implications and practical implications. These are also important sections. Moving on to module 5, this is on writing the future work section. There are many examples that I have given here on how you can write a proper future work section and how you can relate the future work to the work, to the thematic map that you have created earlier on. That connection has to exist, and this is what is covered in this section. And finally, we come to the conclusion section, which is recapping entire research, your SLR paper, and deriving the main conclusions. I've given 5 different examples for you to follow from here and help you write this section. So this is what you can see, a very comprehensive course on systematic literature review that you would not find anywhere else, any other course that goes into this level of detail and this level of thoroughness. The amount of examples that I have given, the number of videos that are included in this course are just too thorough, too detailed. And my vision is that if you follow this course step by step, complete the activities that I have asked you to complete, you will complete your systematic literature review paper without any problem at all. Okay, on this note, I will like to say thank you for listening to this video. Please join this course, and I'm very confident that you will have a high quality systematic literature review paper ready to go into a top journal.
Also looking for new campus ambassadors. If you would like to represent me, please join my WhatsApp group for campus ambassadors. Link is in the description below. That's all I have to say in this video. I'm Vidy. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in my next video.